Thank you for joining today. I'd like to ask you a few questions about how the COVID-19 pandemic impacted your life. To start, how did the lockdowns and social distancing measures affect your daily routine and lifestyle?
The pandemic has certainly brought a lot of changes to my daily life at the time. Like when the lockdowns first started, it was a big adjustment, having to work from home and not being able to go out and socialize like I used to. And the lack of in person interaction and having to be isolated at home was really tough at first. And I still feel the impact of COVID with how I socialize now because I've gotten so used to being shut in during the pandemic, so it's kind of hard to break out of that. So I've definitely lost a lot of my social skills.
I can imagine that was a difficult transition. How did you cope with the social isolation and disruption of your normal routines?
It was definitely a challenge, but I tried to find new ways to stay connected with friends and family, even if it was just through video calls, like Zoom baby showers I had to participate in. It was very weird, but you got to do what you got to do to stay connected with your loved ones. And also try to establish a new routine at home with things like exercise and hobbies, just to help provide structure to my days.
That's great that you're able to adapt and find ways to stay connected. Have there been any unexpected positive impacts or silver linings that have come out from this experience for you?
Surprisingly, yes. I've actually been able to slow down a bit and focus more on self care and personal growth without the usual hustle and bustle. I've had more time to read, learn new skills, and really reflect on what's important to me. And it's made me appreciate the simpler things in life more.
That's wonderful to hear. Looking ahead, how are you feeling about COVID still spreading?
I'm still scared. Like, I think every body ache or migraine could be COVID because I still have people who I interact with every day say they know someone who's been tested positive and are out sick. Like the last case of COVID, like in my circle that I know of was about a month ago. Yeah, so I've caught COVID at least 3 times at the height of it, and I was fully vaccinated. I had all my booster shots, and each time I had COVID, it was progressively worse. So now I definitely wash my hands more and sanitize, uh, like the communal spaces or shared objects that there may have. I try and do as much as I can because after catching COVID that many times, it's pretty scary.
That's very valid feeling. Thank you for sharing your perspective of how COVID impacted you.
Oh, thank you. It was my pleasure. I'm glad I could provide some insight on how the pandemic affected me, and I hope my story could help others feel a little less alone in their own experiences.